Have you ever wondered what the next big leap in handheld gaming could look like? Picture this. You're holding a device in your hands that can seamlessly deliver a 4K gaming experience, run your favorite games at blistering speeds, and still fit neatly into your backpack. It sounds like a dream, but for Nintendo fans, it might be closer to reality than you think. With rumors swirling, patents being filed, and leaks surfacing from every corner of the internet, the question isn't whether Nintendo is working on the next iteration of the Switch. It's how much of a revolution this new console could be. If you're anything like me, you've probably asked yourself whether it's worth upgrading from the Switch you've been using for years, or if you should just hold out for something even bigger. After all, the Switch has been an iconic success since it first dropped in 2017. But time waits for no one, and with the Nintendo Switch OLED already out, whispers about the Switch 2 are growing louder. The real question is, should you wait for the rumored Nintendo Switch 2? Or is it better to pick up the current model now? Before diving into the juicy details of what we know about the Switch 2, let's take a quick look back at where the Switch lineup stands today. The original Nintendo Switch, released in 2017, broke new ground with its hybrid design. It was the first time we'd seen a console that could go from TV mode to handheld mode with ease. The ability to play on the go without sacrificing performance was a game-changer, and fans loved it. The 6.2-inch LCD screen, the NVIDIA Tegra X1 chip, and the Joy-Cons with motion controls were impressive for their time. But as all technology does, the Switch started showing its age. Its hardware struggled to keep up with newer, more demanding games, and the infamous Joy-Con drift became a significant problem for many users. Then came the Switch OLED in 2021, a beautiful upgrade that gave us a bigger, more vibrant 7-inch OLED display, improved audio, and better battery efficiency. But when it came to the core performance, well, it was still running on the same NVIDIA Tegra X1 chip. Don't get me wrong, the OLED is hands down the best version of the Switch available today. But it's not the generational leap that many were hoping for. That's where the Switch 2 comes into play. Rumors have been flying around for months now, and while Nintendo has kept quiet about the next-gen console, leaks have been trickling out, giving us a pretty good idea of what to expect. First up, one of the standout rumors, a bigger display. Imagine a 7.9-inch screen, maybe even with an OLED option. The idea is that with thinner bezels, it'll be even more immersive without sacrificing the portability that the Switch is known for. Some reports suggest it could even come in two different display options, kind of like the Steam Deck, with both LCD and OLED versions available. A larger, more vibrant screen? That sounds pretty enticing for anyone who loves gaming on the go. But the real excitement comes when we start talking about performance. The current Switch models, while great for what they are definitely starting to show their limits. The NVIDIA Tegra X1 chip, which was cutting edge back in 2017, is now struggling to keep up with modern games. The Switch 2, though, it's rumored to be packing the NVIDIA Tegra T239 processor. What does this mean? Faster frame rates, think 60 frames per second or higher, better overall performance, and, here's the kicker, better power efficiency for longer gaming sessions. If you've ever played a Switch game for a while and watched that battery meter slowly creep toward empty, you'll know how much of a game changer this could be. Then there's the promise of 4K output in docked mode, thanks to DLSS upscaling. For those who haven't heard of DLSS, Deep Learning Super Sampling, it's a technology that improves image quality without draining too much power. This could be a huge step forward for the Switch 2, allowing it to handle more graphically demanding titles without breaking a sweat. 4K gaming on a portable device. This could be a whole new era for handheld consoles. If you've ever run out of space on your Switch because you downloaded too many games, the Switch 2 might be a solution to that problem as well. Rumors suggest it will come with 8 GB of RAM, double the current amount, and offer anywhere from 64 GB to 128 GB of storage. For a gaming console, that's a big leap forward and will make the Switch 2 a lot more future-proof, especially as games continue to get larger and more complex. Now, here's a real kicker, the Joy-Cons. For years, fans have been frustrated by the infamous Joy-Con drift, where the analog sticks start moving on their own, making games unplayable. Well, it seems like Nintendo might be addressing this with a new magnetic attachment system. The new Joy-Cons would likely use magnets instead of the current rail system that's prone to wear and tear. If this is true, it could be a major fix for one of the Switch's biggest design flaws. But here's the big question. Should you wait for the Switch 2? Or is it better to pick up an OLED model now? If you're just looking for the best handheld experience today, the Switch OLED is still the way to go. It's perfect for Nintendo exclusives, and if you don't mind sticking with 1080p resolution, it's hard to go wrong. However, if you're someone who loves third-party games, wants 4K gaming in dock mode, or needs better performance across the board, the Switch 2 could be worth the wait. Now let's talk about pricing. Nintendo is known for making their consoles accessible, so it's likely that the Switch 2 will fall somewhere between $399 and $499, depending on the model. For comparison, the Steam Deck starts at $399, and the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X both sit around the $499 mark. The Switch 2 will almost certainly be priced lower than the competition, making it a more affordable option for those who want a portable console that still delivers impressive performance. One more thing to consider: backward compatibility. While Nintendo hasn't confirmed it yet, all signs point to the digital games from your old Switch transferring over to the new system. Physical cartridges, however, might require an adapter if the game slot changes. But either way, if you've built up a library of Switch games over the years, you won't have to start from scratch with the Switch 2, making it a smoother upgrade for existing players. So, should you wait for the Switch 2 or buy a Switch OLED now? If you're a casual gamer who just wants to play some Nintendo classics, the OLED is a fantastic option. But if you're after cutting-edge technology, 4K gaming, and a console that will remain relevant for years to come, the Switch 2 is definitely worth holding out for. As always, Nintendo is taking its time to perfect the next big thing, and when the Switch 2 finally drops, it could very well be the console that redefines handheld gaming for the next generation. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.